So how's everybody doing tonight? I am doing really good for today. And I wanted to share and get a little feedback from everybody about an idea I had. I'm always trying to think outside the box, ways of making paganism more accepted by the masses out there. And I had an idea. I think if done right, it would be very funny. But if done wrong, I would have offended every religion out there. The name of it would be called Community Beliefs. This would be a half-hour comedy. Um, the setting would be in a moderate city, I guess a small city by today's standards, between 50 and 100,000 people, where they have the urban developments. Those little streets where it's like, hey, here's Rosie Woods community. Um, and then this fictional city would be roughly a half an hour away from a larger city. So the concept is that in this little planned community, they have an extremely high amount of different religions compared to what most areas probably would have. And so then we would have to deal with all these different religions and people's intensity of their religions interacting and trying to maintain the community. Um, I have worked it out on a piece of paper here where we'd have a cast of 45 total. Just about the families, okay? First one would be a liberal Muslim family from Jordan. They are not radicals. They are not from any of the hotspot countries. So, they're more mellow and such. Then there would be a proud Hindu family, an old Buddhist male. His story would have been that he lost his wife to cancer a few years back. So he's a little cranky. Kind of like the opposite of what we usually vision a Buddhist to be. Kind of picture Gran Torino with a Buddhist. We'd have to have a zealot Christian family. These are the people that believe that God created America. And because of God and his beliefs, he thinks he can do everything, but then tries to tell others that they can't. Next is and a liberal Christian family that have been there for a couple of years. They have been through some of these events and they work with the new family. And the new family would also be liberal Christian, and their thing is, they are from a small town, a town of less than 3,000 people. So they have not experienced many of the multicultures, and they do not have much understanding of all these different religions. And so they're going from their small town to this big city, and they are in this urban development, and they're learning about all these different religions, cultures, and all that. It's culture shock. And they are going to bump and screw things up, and this would be a way to teach people about other religions. The next family would be a pagan Norse family, and this would also be an extended family, with a grandma or grandpa or both, from one of the parents there. And so, he can talk, plain English, but you know how the stereotype is. When he gets a little stressed, he will all of a sudden start talking Swedish, Norse, whatever. And the kids can speak that language. And so they are hearing what he says, but the parents are, of course, going, oh, he just said that something different. I thought that would be kind of cool. The next family would be the old hippie pagan family, or couple actually. They are 40, 50 years old. Their kids have left the nest. Um, and they might have some questionable 420 interactions and all that. They're also vegan. The next family would be an atheist family. Um, and, have the wife be like in the medical profession. She could even be a doctor, and the husband to be like a teacher. And and the husband is a sarcastic pain in the butt. So like whenever the zealot Christian makes a comment about like the Muslim family, the atheist guy would just be going, but yet in your beliefs, you think this is perfectly normal. And I think that would be kind of the comical little thing. Now, I want a lot of different cultures in here. I don't want to ever make this sound like a whitewashed idea. And so the next group would be a South Korean family. They are actually practicing the old ways. They never were converted to Christianity or Islam. The next family is from Africa as well. They practice some tribal belief system from Central or Southern Africa. So that I think would have some interest there. Next family is a Jewish family. Now, the one thing I want to do different here is it's so many programs, they always show the Jews as being pasty white. I think we should have a couple of somewhat darker toned Jewish people, because, they are from the Mediterranean coast where there is some dark complected people. Then the last family would be a Catholic family. Oh, no, sorry. The next family would be a Catholic family because, like I said, multicultural, so I wanted some Hispanics, and a majority of the Hispanics are Catholics. So I thought that would be an interesting thing to add. And the final family would be Santorian. Now, I don't consider that to be part of the European because, they are African and Catholic combination. But that would also add some flair to this large group. So the total cast that I've got figured out is 45 members. That would be 21 white, 5 Peloponnesian Asians, 11 blacks, 4 Hispanic, and 8 others because we're talking like the Jordanians, the Hebrew family, the Hindu family. So they're each have their own, demographic. And so the concept, like I said, is that this new, young, liberal Christian family goes into an area where they have to learn to adjust and learn how to interact with people from other religions, and they have to question everything. We can have parts like with the zealot Christian family where the mom and dad are Jesus camp, and their child or children, one of them is listening to other people's children, and she's learning that there are some inconsistencies, contradictions, with her zealot Christian family's upbringing. There will be times, like, let's face it, with this type of people, you take the holidays like Christmas, and it will be fun because you can have this liberal Christian family right next to the pagan Norse family, and there's a little Yule Christmas. You can have the zealot Christian, sorry, saying no, Merry Christmas, not Happy Holidays, and everybody going Happy Holidays. And you got your other belief systems. I think there's like 24 total religions that have something going on around the time of the winter equinox. I mean, yeah, winter solstice. And so you can have somebody yelling, it's Merry Christmas, and then go, no, it's Happy Kwanzaa. That could be funny. And I mean, I already kind of figured out the first episode, the pilot would be that Christian family moving in. And there's a community center, where they have their homeowners association meetings. And so they get there, they get moved in, and they're told that there is a homeowners associating meeting, and they always have it be a potluck. And so, they make their dish, they go to the potluck, and they're seeing all these different foods, all these different types of people that they have no way of knowing how to interact with. And they're trying not to offend anybody, so they're wanting to try a little bit of everything. And you have like the Muslims who can't eat or won't eat pork. You have the Hindus who won't eat beef. You got the vegan hippies going on. You'll have like the South Koreans that have their own style of food. And so this potluck is, a social landmine. What do you grab? And so, they're trying to figure out what everything is. They're laughing. They're having people saying, don't eat that, but eat this. And then at the end of the episode, or near the end of the episode, when they come home, because they were trying to make everybody happy, they tried some weird combinations of food, and they're all wanting to have some quality time in the bathroom or go to get the Pepto-Bismol type thing. The bad side of this is that if it's done wrong, it could be very offensive. But I think if there's enough people working on it, it can be done right. The other bad side, like I said, it's a 45-member cast. And so that's a lot of people to pay. And I don't know if some of these businesses, some of these streaming services and all that would actually want to have to pay a cast of 45 to do this. But anyway, that is my idea for a TV series where we can get some positive vibes out about paganism and also teach people a little bit about religious tolerance, which could help make the world a better place. Please give me your ideas below. Please tell me if I'm flawed on something, because like I have never studied South Korean folk beliefs or the tribal African folk beliefs. So there are probably some things that need to be taken care of very delicately. But anyway, that is my concept. And like I said, I got the old-fashioned copyright going. I've already wrote this idea down in a letter and mailed it to me so I can take it to court and open it if need be. But I just also kind of want to know if you think this should be developed further. If you think that this could be something that could be sent to like Netflix or something like that, and see if we can get it going. Because let's face it, Hollywood is doing a crappy job on delivering us decent programs. And like I said, if done right, this I think could be a good comedy. So anyway, everybody, thank you for your time. Take care. Be at peace.